Hello everyone, welcome back to IB Army, and this is Jenny. So today we're gonna continue on our courses on math differentiation, and sadly this is the last lesson we're gonna do on differentiation. Or the techniques of differentiation, because we're gonna focus on like the specific techniques you have to know for tackling IB questions, and we're just gonna finish it off today. So today we're gonna talk about implicit differentiation. So basically, we have always been doing differentiation for one function or for one variable. However, it's more than that. When we differentiate x, we are just differentiating x. But when we differentiate y, it's actually you have to differentiate y with respect to x. So you cannot just write 1 as the derivative of y, but instead you have to write dy over dx. So you have to know that which variable is your focus. Therefore, the derivative of a function fy with respect to x will be using the chain rule, f derivative y dy over dx. So it's very ambiguous if you just look at listen to what I've been saying, but it's going to be really straightforward when you see the question. So first of all, differentiate cos y with respect to x. So here we already emphasized that you have to do it respect to x. And what does that mean? Let's check out the solution. So basically, you are differentiating cos y, and but with respect to x, so you have to do d cos y over dx. And then you are using the chain rule again, so d cos y dy, so we differentiate cos y with respect to y first, but then don't forget, because this function is about x, so you have to add dy over dx at the end. So at the end, the derivative of this function will be negative sine y times dy over dx. Second question, find dy over dx in terms of x and y when xy plus 2y equals to 1 plus x. So just remember what I said about what's your focus with respect to what. So pause the video and try it out. So the first thing we do is actually differentiate again, and we differentiate each term. Here we at the left hand side we have a product rule for xy. Remember here when we differentiate y, because it's respect to x. So first of all differentiate y respect to y, and that will become 1. However, as is respect to x, you have to add dy over dx. So at the end, you get dy over dx equals to 1 minus y over x plus 2. So just remember, don't forget at the point where you differentiate y, like y here, you have to transform it to dy over dx. Third one, find the gradient at the point negative 1, 7 on the circle, x squared plus y squared minus 4x minus 6y minus 12 equals to 0. Think about what this gradient means. Think about which variable you should focus on. Ignore stuff like the circle and stuff. Yeah, and just do it step by step. So basically, you can see that you differentiate term by term. And then when you differentiate y squared, you can see that it's the chain rule again. You first differentiate respect to y, so you get 2y. But because you still have to differentiate y, so it's dy over dx. Same thing for 6y as well. And then you just rearrange it, and then you get the differentiation of this function is x minus 2, 3 minus 1. And as you have the coordinates for x and y, and you're finding the gradient, you just substitute them in and you find the gradient. So the last question, find dy over dx in terms of x and y of the curve y plus my equals to 2x. Don't be scared by the letter, it's just a symbol. And think about the focus again, think about the variable, what you should do to y, pause the video and try to figure it out. Oh, sorry, it's actually y plus, it's unclear here, it's y plus lny, not my. So again, you differentiate it, but then here we see that y, when we differentiate, is actually dy over dx instead of 1. And lny, we differentiate lny, think about y first and then think about x. At the end, you rearrange it, your answer should be 2 over 1 plus 1 over y. So that's it for the techniques you have to and terms you have to know in differentiation. And from the next lesson, we are going to start with the IB questions, which are confusing. I don't think any of them are hard, but they're just confusing in the way they phrase it. Once you get the function, you know what to do. Okay, see you next time. Bye.